and I'm getting all my prep work together to make these burgers tonight, right? And I got this sauce that I made. It is amazing. No mayonnaise, no mayo, and this is straight up Thousand Islands. Got my prep work going on. This is some I made this earlier. This was my pizza sauce jar, and I made, oh, I'm messing up. I made some relish. It looks like this though, but I skinned the cucumbers. I made some relish. It's really great, and I put it in. I added into this. Oh man, you should see the flavor. I got my smoke, liquid smoke for my meat, so I'm gonna do some of that. And you know, I got my trusty friend olive oil right here, and obviously, I got one of these. You know, I mean, I ain't, you know, I'm not gonna go for them grounding my meat. I'm gonna ground it up myself, and I'm gonna get to these burgers, and I'm gonna come back and let y'all see. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. One more thing. Olive oil is expensive. Like all olive oil that is a decent brand, cold pressed, it's gonna be expensive. So when you notice me make fries, you'll notice that I'll slice them in half and I'll cut them up like in a half moon shape, and I'll go down the middle and split them into like little triangles, little round triangles, so to speak. I do that because I can cook the fries in here and they taste just as well as a normal fry, as a normal long fry, right? They taste even better. Honestly, they taste so much better, and you don't have to use the things like the canola and the vegetable oils and all of those things that make your chest hurt when you eat it. You understand what I'm saying? You can get something that's much healthier. It's a little more, you know, to buy. So it can be costly, it can be expensive depending on where you get it from. But you know, the fact is that you got to do it healthier. You know, so if we're gonna be out here eating things that we don't supposed to eat anyway, we better just eat it. We better just eat it. And we better make sure that we make it as healthy as possible. I know a lot of people went without eating meat. I went without eating meat for 4.5 years. So, you know, I definitely been down that road. I plan on going back again. But for now, you know, I'm in a place where everybody eats meat. And they're small. They're not like me. They need some type of iron nutrition. That's different from mine. Everybody's makeup is different. You know, even if you created them and brought them into this world, you're still going to have to adhere to what other people need. So at the end of the day, you know, just understand that it's safer to protect yourself with better brands of oil. You got to think about your heart. Think about your arteries. Think about your arteries. No, think about your arteries. You know, think about all of those things. You know, you don't want to walk around and your chest hurting, you know, giving you chest pains because you drank the wrong oil in your food, you know. Be careful. I don't use vinegar anymore. You notice I use lemon. I do a lot of alternatives because it's healthier. You know, if don't come out the ground, put it down. It used to be my motto and my philosophy when I did not eat meat for 4.5 years. But like I say, that is a different story. And maybe one day I'll take some time out to explain. Other than that, be healthy. Peace. And I just want to say to anybody that's like, you know, starting out your cooking journey and, you know, you got to make things make sense. You know, you got to make the math. You got to make it add up. You know, you're just starting out, like, don't be concerned with learning. It's all a process, you know. It's all a process. Don't be concerned with how much you know in one day. Just keep working at it and keep working. There's times I get into the kitchen, and I've been cooking ever since I was 8 years old. Like, I've been making huge dinners ever since I was 11. So, to be quite honest with you, don't be dismayed or don't feel like you can't do this. You can do it. You can do it, okay? Just understand that I get into the kitchen, and I'm intimidated at times. I'm intimidated about what I'm, you know, getting ready to do. Like right now, I'm intimidated. But we don't do it because of just the fear. We do it because of the exhilaration of creating and, you know, the idea of what we suspect is going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. We're just putting our best thoughts forward, and we're really putting out good energy, that hope and that humility going forth in the kitchen, to be humble when you come in and just to try to love people through your ideas and your creations with food, and doing it as healthy as you possibly can with what you're offered today, you know. That's what we do. That's why we do this. We do this because we love the people that we cook for, right? And, you know, we gotta love ourselves, too. Don't forget to love on you. Don't forget to love yourself. You know, it's good to love on other people, but you gotta love on yourself sometimes, too. So, if you love on them, make sure you equally love on you. And, you know, just have faith. It's gonna all come together. You will be perfect at it in your own right. Peace. Now, I know, you know, a lot of people, they like to take their meats, and this one I actually thought out naturally. I didn't put this in the microwave. A lot of people like to take their meats and just, you know, cook them. I do believe in rinsing mine off, so sometimes if you come and you see my meat and it looks a little brown, it's because it's been rinsed. It's been rinsed thoroughly. I don't believe in doing certain things like soaking my meat in you know, vinegar and things of that nature. For whatever reasons, it's personal. But maybe I'll eventually start to cleanse and, you know, like wash my meat down with water and fresh lemon juice. Maybe in the future, but right now, no. And you know, that's all I wanted to say in regards to that. I always got some water going on somewhere. So what I'm gonna do here, right here, is I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting into this meat. I noticed that, you know, when you're cutting for ground beef, it's okay to leave the fat on. It doesn't have to be super lean. You know, it doesn't have to be super lean. The fat sort of helps. You know, it sort of helps the flavor of what you're cooking. This meat has been thawing for quite some time, so it's you know, it's sort of basic. It's sort of, you know, sort of kind of small, so to speak, like kind of chewy, like. And a lot of people say, don't rinse your meat in hot water. I don't care. I apologize. The meat is still cold though. As you can see, it's still red in the middle. You know, it's got that. But yeah, you know, I would rather just go ahead and, you know, just cook it that way. You know, and do it that way. You know, that's better for me. This is gonna probably make about 1, 2, 3, 4, probably about 4 good burgers or whatever. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take the rest of this right here, and I'm just gonna cut into this because I want to make sure that everybody has enough. I don't think they're gonna eat more than 1 burger. I really don't think so. There's a possibility, but I would doubt that. I would doubt that, really. I really doubt that they're gonna eat more than 1 burger. But yeah, I just want to make sure that I get it out. Like, so I'm gonna save that for something else. I can make something out of that tomorrow, like some barbecue beef sandwiches. But today it's gonna be hamburgers. Peace. So I'm gonna just throw this meat in here. And put that in there really good. Oh, excuse me. Don't wanna knock over the blades. And get it in there nice and soft. I'm gonna take this last one and put that in there. And we're gonna get this going. We'll get this party started, right? We're gonna take this off right here. I mean, we gotta look at nice. I wish you could see how, like, red. This is really pink. On this camera, it's not pink, but it's nice and red. It's a really nice consistency. I'm just trying to be careful. So, you know, this is nothing to play with. I wouldn't tell anybody. I'm just gonna kind of go on the blade right here, and I'm gonna kind of twist the blade around a little bit and pull up. This is the first time, like, I've cooked, like, this much. This is a lot, you know, that I would normally do. Let me see if I can shake it. Let me see if I can shake it. If I can shake it. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot in there. You gotta be careful because those blades are serious. They're nothing to play with. Those blades are, like, extremely serious, you know. I wouldn't tell anybody to play with these blades. One of the big reasons I would always tell my daughters, like, hey, you know, you guys got to get off into, you know, buying steaks and grinding your own meat. Like, you know, make your own ground beef. Don't depend on anybody to tell you what it is anymore because we don't really know what we're getting in a lot of those packages. Now, I see this little brown part right there, you know, but it came from here, so it is what it is. I'm not certain. Have you ever bought like a pack of ground beef from the store only to get it home and noticed that, like, when you opened the middle of the pack and it was all like super brown, like not a good looking brown, but like a bad looking brown, you know, sort of like a booty brown. I'm joking. I shouldn't be talking like that. This is food here. It's like, don't talk like that. It's food nearby. But yeah, you know, like, it's booty brown. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that, right? But the thing is that, you know, if you want better, you got to be prepared to think out of the box. You know, you got to be prepared to think out of the box, not just in the box, but think out of the box. I'm just going to grab this, because that's what I'm going to be doing anyway. I'm just going to be grabbing, so I'm just going to go down there and scoop some of this out, because I don't got time to play. You know, it's one of those type of situations where I need to have this done by a certain time. And, you know, go from that point, right? Go from that point. So, it is what it is. I'm gonna then come back in a minute and show you what I'm gonna do to this meat. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this simple. I'm gonna keep this simple and sexy, right? I'm gonna put a little salt right here, right? That's all the salt we're gonna need. I'm gonna add a little of this little bit of oil for good measure. And then I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna get some liquid smoke. I'm not promoting anybody, guys. So if you go out and buy it, you're on your own. But let me kind of shake this up a little bit. For old time's sake. Freddie Jackson. Freddie Jackson style. Freddie Jackson style. Smell good. I ain't put too much more on than that. Sometimes you gotta do things on faith. You can't just sit up and, you can't just tell exactly how much you should put in that. But I'm gonna tell you for a fact, I feel like it is what it is. I'm gonna go out on a whim and add some dill. I normally don't do this, but I'm gonna go out on a whim and I'm gonna add that in there. And black folk, they love some paprika, right? I just learned what this was I was gonna say winter. I guess it was winter. I can say that. Last winter, I learned what paprika was, and I promise you, I had never used it before. And come to find out, it's a staple of the black community. It's something that black people have been using forever. And my daughter put me up on it. I had no idea what it was and how it worked. But I like to have my burgers through and through. I like the flavor to go through and through. For most, I would do something really fast and just sprinkle the top and the bottom. But for an occasion such as this, I definitely got to get these through and through. So, and I see like a tendon like this or something that comes out, you can go and grab that. It ain't gonna hurt nothing to grab it and get it out of the way. Because for the most part, you're doing things on your own, so the responsibility is yours. Like, you don't want somebody eating and they like, ugh, what's that? What's that stringy stuff? I was like, oh, yeah, my bad. I was grinding this up and I just kind of had my way. I didn't really look out for nobody but myself. And I don't mind it. I know, yeah, because you know what it is. You know what you left in there. But, when you taking the responsibility to think out of the box and do things out of the box, it's going to be more work. My prep work is crazy. I got to do crazy prep work because I'm doing everything, just off the bat, just from scratch, It's going to be crazy, my prep work is going to be crazy. So, it is what it is. I ain't tripping. It is what it is, But if you can catch all the little tendons and stuff like that or whatever, and little stringy things, we want to kind of get these out. To be honest with you, I could have gotten those out by just eliminating a lot of the fat, just cutting around the fat. And it's easier to do when it's frozen. But for the most part, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the next step. I'm gonna come out of this, throw these bad boys in the trash, and we're gonna start shaping them up and getting them on the grill. Peace. That's for grilled onion. I cut and prep these a certain way for a reason. When I cut these particular potatoes like this, it really saves on oil. I know it sounds crazy, but they taste just as good. And these are made with olive oil. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Oops. If I cut them straight, they're gonna need a whole lot more oil. That's too expensive. And the other oils are very bad to use. If you go talk to anybody who knows better, they'll tell you what type of oil that you should be using, and they'll tell you at the rate that you should use it, regarding heating it before it becomes toxic and all of those things. Oops.
Let's turn on the fan and mute the sound for your listening enjoyment. We're going to take those onions and grill them at this point. I only have to use a minimal amount of olive oil to make these fries because of the quarter moon shape. Just remember not to add too many, otherwise you'll be making breakfast potatoes. Remember, these patties are pre-seasoned, so we'll just throw them on medium flame and get back to our potatoes. This will cool down and redistribute the heat through the middle to make sure they thoroughly cook. Cover if you have to and allow that steam to do the work and lock in moisture, if necessary. I usually grill the buns in oil, but for a larger and more amazing flavor, I'll use real butter instead. You can also grill in the leftover grease from the burger patties. But I'll save that for another video. I evenly grill both sides of the bread because I want you to taste the authenticity of the salted butter grilled into the flavor of every bite. It has to be memorable. Like a grilled cheese on steroids. It also has to be real butter to create this effect. I'll throw in some mixing and scratching on the turntables to get this party started right. This is free of charge. Now that we have them looking nice and pretty, we'll dress them up. First, I'll use my special sauce. There is no mayonnaise in it, for those who have intolerance like me. Let's add those patties. What the heck? Let's make it a double. There's nothing average about avocado, so we'll throw some on. I'll add a broken tomato slice for balance so our burger doesn't slide on the first bite. I hate when that happens. I added thinly sliced cabbage for its nutritional support. I stopped buying lettuce years ago. I know this sounds weird, but hear me out. Most lettuce are just good for the water they hold and lack nutritional value. So I'd rather do this instead. Remember that grilled onion from earlier? Yeah, well, here it is. I added it to the top of my bun cause my special sauce is adhesive and will hold it in place. I know, it's different. Here's some mustard for those who love mustard like me. These are some of the fresh dill pickles I made earlier. You can watch my short video on how to make them at home. I use a pizza sauce jar, but those pickles taste amazing. And they are fresh and can be eaten the same day within minutes of making them. Thank me later. And there you have it, friends. One of the most delicious sandwiches you can make at home yourself. These burgers are so amazing. Now let's add some fries. Quarter moon shaped and delicious with kosher salt. I'm going to add some of my famous homemade barbecue sauce and some ketchup on that side, and there you have, friends. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Remember to cook well, and keep it simple. Thanks for watching.